Hey, this is CG1, and thank you so much for joining me once again. Earlier this week, I was speaking to a friend who asked me a question about trust. And because I've been talking about how to build trust and how trust works, they asked me, Joe, what happens when, for instance, you mess up in your friendship or in a relationship you weren't as faithful? What happens when you are that party when you've done something wrong but yet you're committed to save that friendship or relationship? Is there any way back? Is there any hope? Is there practical things that you can do to rebuild that trust? And that got me thinking, because the content of what we talked about is some which I want to share with you. Because in much cases, whether in our friendship or relationship, we're not always faithful, we're not always 100% when it comes to our integrity, and we make mistakes. That mistake can be trivial, as in people expect us to be late and we're late all the time, and so we're not trustworthy in that sense. Or maybe we were unfaithful in our relationship and we basically are bankrupt when it comes to our trust account, and we're left in a position where we're going to lose that long-term relationship with the person we care about, but we ourselves are committed to save that. So what do we do? What can you do? Because what I want to set straight is that sometimes no matter what you do, it might not be enough to save that relationship. You might do your best, but your best might not be enough. But at least when you do your best, you know that there's no regret, and there's no bigger issue than living in regret. So I want to share with you 3 things you can do to help you rebuild trust. The first thing is to apologize instantly and wholeheartedly. Don't try to explain yourself, because that's a sure sign that you're not really remorseful. See, when you lose trust and do something that totally bankrupts you in your trust account, you need to wholeheartedly apologize, and do it in a sense that you're not putting yourself in the mindset where you are not to be blamed or you're innocent, or you're putting it across that you are not as remorseful because you're trying to explain why certain things happen. So apologize instantly. The second thing is to essentially resolve the problem. See, this might be an instant thing that you need to change, or this might be something that you need to decide about and consistently work at. If you've made a mistake whereas you've hurt and betrayed a friend, you need to absolutely make sure that doesn't happen again. If it's a character issue, then you need to literally resolve this issue. And the third thing, which ties in with the second part, is that you need to understand that trust takes a long time to rebuild. A long time, not just in your words, but in consistent actions. To be absolutely transparent, knowing that this is not something that you deserve, but it is something that you're being given as a privilege. Because it's said that to build trust with someone, it takes a long time, but you can lose it instantly. Well, to rebuild trust, it takes even longer, and it takes much effort, much transparency. And even after practicing these 3 things I'm giving out, it might not be enough. You see, you can do your best, and that still might not be enough to save that friendship or that relationship, because you are at the mercy of the other party. And you may not deserve that, but at the same time, when you do your best, it may not save your relationship, but it saves you from regret. And that is a burden that's not worth living with. This is CG1, and you have the seed of greatness.